Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Nicole Hamm, and I'm so excited to be able to still be able to lead you through your practice in the comfort of your own home or space. And thank you for allowing me to be able to come into your space and guide you through your practice. So we're together for about 75 minutes this evening. So let's just go ahead and get started in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and leave your knees wide to the outer edges of your mat. Allowing yourself to simply melt into your mat or the earth beneath you. And as you find yourself here onto your mat, I invite you to start tapping into your breath. In this methodology, we practice what's called Ujjayi breathing. So you create a contraction, a tension in the back of your throat, and breathe in and out through your nostrils, making it an audible quality, oceanic, if you will, just in and out of your breath. And even right here at the beginning of your practice, like I invite you to tap into where you can just begin to give up something that's not serving you. Allow yourself to simply surrender to this moment in your practice on your mat right now. And take 3 more big breaths in and out through your nostrils. Allow every inhale to reach your fingertips forward, and as you exhale, sink your hips down towards your heels. Yeah, soften all of your joints. Take 1 more breath and reach forward, fill up, and hold it right here at the top. Open your mouth, let the air go. Come onto your hands and knees. Tabletop. So stack your joints, shoulders right over wrists, your hips directly over your knees. And you can begin to take a little bit of movement, rock your hips, release your neck. And begin to wake up your body. On your next breath in, drop your belly, set your gaze up to the sky, cow pose. And then as you exhale, round your spine like an angry cat for cat pose. And again, drop your belly, fill your lungs, really pull your sternum forward. And then release the air, curl your spine, press the earth away from you. Take 3 more rounds of cat-cows to your breath. Being intentional, taking your time right here. And when you are complete, come into a neutral spine. A place where you can make your back feel as flat as possible. Joints still stacked on top of one another. Drop the crown of your head, set your gaze to one point at the back of your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your inner ankles back, your outer ankles down. Really stretch out the entire backside of your body. Ground down into the 4 corners of your hands and begin to pull your chest towards your thigh. Really draw in and find your fullest expression out. Like allow yourself to really be in this stretch. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, open up your hip, take 3-leg dog. Yeah, really stack that right pelvic half over the left and really open up your right side body. Yeah, and if you want more and you want to go to flip dogs, like go for it. There's no rules or rule books in your practice. Expand from the inside out, open up. Downward facing dog, bring both feet to your mat. Then lift your left leg up to the sky, bend your knee, open up your hip. And really open up this left side. Can you make it feel as open and as spacious as your right? Yeah, and if you want to go for that fuller expression, go now. You don't have to wait for me. Draw your shoulder blades and move them into your body. Big breath in, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands, ragdoll. Bring your feet hip width distance or wider. Maybe you get extra crazy and even take your feet to the outsides off of your mat. Lift your toes up, stretch them out. And then soften your joints. If you need to take a bend in your knees, I invite you, I encourage you to take that. Feel the 4 corners of your feet. Big breath in. Let the air out. Bring your feet to touch, rise all the way up, extended mountain pose. And you guys are all pros to this, so really tap into your true north alignment. Ground down into your feet. Stack your joints. Really draw everything into the center line of your body and get really tall through your fingertips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, draw your hands to the center of your chest. Press into your palms, set your gaze at your fingertips. We will begin our practice with 3 ohms. Tadasana, mountain pose, reach your fingertips up tall. And then really take yourself where you need to take yourself in this mountain pose. Maybe that means going back, opening the chest. Exhale, bow forward over your legs. Set your gaze down at your shins. Really drop the crown of your head. And then begin to hug your outer shins and then really draw your legs into the center line. On your next breath in, rise up halfway. Make your spine as flat as possible. Pull the crown of your head forward. Press your tailbone back. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Bow forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Plant your hands, step back, take high plank. And again, come into the stacking of your joints, shoulders right over wrists, heels over the balls of your toes, and breathe. Yeah, really engage every single muscle in your body. Your skin, your muscle, your bone, really hug everything in. Take one more breath, fill up. Exhale, low plank. Draw your elbows into your side body. Stay tight in your core. Upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Lift your hips, lift your thighs off the ground. Draw your thoracic spine and pull your upper arm bones back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a bigger breath out. Step to the front of your mat. Rise halfway. Bow forward. Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank. 2 breaths. Really find that same engagement in your body. Press the earth away from you. Squeeze and hug in. Exhale, move into low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step to the front of your mat. Rise halfway. Bow forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach up tall, open. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, high plank. Move into low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step to the front of your mat. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step to the front of your mat. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low. Maybe in one breath, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose. Bring your toes to touch. Leave space in between your ankles. Bend your knees and really lift the front of your pelvis up and pull your tailbone down. Spark your fingertips up towards the sky. And really squeeze everything in. Ground down into the 4 corners of your feet. Really get into the muscles of your legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower your chair 3 more inches. Yeah, you've got this, Joanna, and everybody get there. You've got it. Breathe. From your skin to your muscles to your bones, hug in. Big breath in. Exhale, lower 3 more inches. Yeah, right there. When you want to get out, I invite you to stay right here, right now. Surrender to the work. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Right foot to right wrist. Spark your fingertips up. Really press into the knife edge of that back foot as you spin it down. Pull your right hip back. Press your left hip forward. Square your body towards the front of your space. Draw your lower rib cage in and create that expansion in your med back. Really spark your fingertips up. Deeper into your lunge. Breathe right here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Take your time, really set yourself up in your warrior. Feel all of your feet against the earth beneath you. Really pull the pit of your belly in and up. And again, just notice if you can lunge in deeper to that front leg, stacked bone on bone, knee over ankles. Breathe. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Chair pose. And go ahead and take yourself into that chair. Yes, Julian, everybody squeeze in, get tight, breathe. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Use your breath, rise as you inhale. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Fill your lungs, reach up top. Exhale, flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Chair pose, one breath, fill up. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Keep moving, keep breathing. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose, fill up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step, walk, or float to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose, one breath. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take this last MB to your breath. When you're ready, step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Make your way through your half lifts, your chair pose. Warrior one on your right and left, and we will all meet in downward facing dog. And I invite you to just surrender to your practice, to your flow right now, to the moment. Stay in your breath. Trust your flow. Take 4 breaths right here, reset. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth, let the air out. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Reach your right leg up to the sky for your leg down dog. And you've been here before, so maybe there's something else accessible for you here. Yeah, take 3 breaths. Really expand from the inside out. Ground down your hands and your feet and take yourself there. Yes, draw and express out. Yes, Karuna, you got this. High plank. Side plank on your right. Stand on your right hand and reach your left hand up. You can bring your right knee to the earth. You can stack both of your ankles, come on to your forearm. Take the side plank that's gonna most empower you and then lean into it. Get tighter and lift your hips up. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Hug your outer shins in. Take 2 more breaths. Lift that leg, close those eyes, go somewhere new. Tap into discovery. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Take your left leg high. And then you decide where you go here. Draw your shoulder blades and move them into your body. Allow yourself the access to that twist, that opening up right here. Lift your hips up wherever you are. Breathe. High plank. Side plank on your left. Set yourself up. Reach your right hand tall. Stack your shoulders on top of one another. Get active in your hands, your feet, your core. Come back to the foundations. Engage and sweep. Take 2 more breaths. Open up, expand from the inside out right here, this side. Go now. Yes. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let the air out. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway rock. Bow forward. Chair pose. Yeah, back like you never left, and maybe just notice if your chair is looking a little bit different from your Sun B chair. Like, get back into the work. Squeeze and sink your hips low. Draw your hands to the center of your chest. Twist to the right to bring your left elbow to your right knee, or extend your arms in opposite directions for an open twist. Notice your knees, bring them in line with one another. Ground down into your feet. And take 2 breaths right here. Really draw in as you inhale and open up and twist as you exhale. Yeah, inhale, get really long. And then twist open from your mid-back. One more, fill up. Twist open. Draw your hands back together, palms facing. And step back with your left leg, take crescent lunge. Yeah, just like that, just go right back. I know you get that little tingle, that burn in your front leg, but you've got to stay. Create stability in your crescent lunge. Root down and rise up. Warrior 2. Reach your right arm to the front of your space, left hand back. Press your front knee over towards your pinky toes. And then really lean into your front leg. Draw your shoulder blades and move them into your body. Extended side angle. Bring your right hand to the inside of your foot. You can even bring your elbow to your thigh. Set your gaze at your top thumb. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Allow your tailbone to reach down towards your back heel. And take 2 more breaths right here. If you want to play with that bind, that balance, go now. Keep breathing. Ground down into the 4 corners of your feet. 1 more big breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway rock. Bow forward. Chair pose. Draw your hands to the center of your chest. Twist. Either take your elbow to your knee or take your open twist. Square your hips to the front of your space. And then bring an awareness to your core. If it's resting on your thighs, really pull in tight. Draw it in and up. And take 2 more breaths right here, finding length on every inhale. And twist and expansion as you exhale. Yeah, just like that, fill up. And really rinse yourself open. Big breath in. Really twist yourself out from the thoracic spine. Draw your hands back together. Step back, crescent lunge. Left side. And cultivate stability on this side. Maybe you need to take your legs a little bit wider on your left. That's okay. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Activate your fingertips, spark them towards the sky. Warrior 2. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Set your gaze over your front middle finger and really lean into that front leg. Stack joints, bone on bone. Extended side angle. Take your left hand down. Set your gaze up at the right. And again, take the same breaths on this side. Maybe you play here. You bind here. Surrender to whatever your body is asking you to do and just do it. Expand from the inside out. That's it, Nicole. You've got it. Make that step up. Yeah, and breathe. 1 more big breath. Chaturanga, great work. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Three breaths, reset. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Standing leg raise on your right side. Bring your right knee hip height. Flex your right foot towards your face. Steady your yogic gaze, your drishti, to one non-moving point in front of you. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. So 5 breaths to stay, to play, to tap into what you need to tap into right now. Draw your shoulders down and back. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. 1 more breath in. Airplane. Press your foot to the back of your space. Reach your hands and your fingertips towards your back foot. Palms face down, really engage your triceps and biceps. Stay active in your back foot. Keep it flexed and dial your pinky toe towards the earth. Yeah, breathe. Right here, lift your sternum up just a tiny bit. Draw your hands to the center of your chest. Half moon. Reach your left fingertips down, right hand up. And if you have a block or even a water bottle to give you some support to bring the earth to you, I invite you to take that on right here. Stack your hips on top of one another and really begin to open up the front side of your body. And maybe you bend your knee and reach for your ankle. Maybe you play with lifting those fingertips off the earth, but take 2 more breaths right here. Draw and find your fullest expression out. Ragdoll. You can pound out your thighs, release your neck, say any bad words. Release your behind toe heel, your feet together, rise up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Standing leg raise on your left side. Take your left knee up this time, get active in your feet, ground down into both of them, even the one that is off the earth. Stack your joints, shoulders over hips, hips over ankle. Breathe. Take 1 more breath, make your way back to center. Fly back, airplane. Draw your thoracic spine in the middle part of your spine and then really pull your upper arm bones back. If you need to, take a slight bend into your standing knee. Hug your outer shins and squeeze everything into the center line of your body. Draw your hands to the center of your chest. Half moon. Right fingertips down, left fingertips up tall. Yeah, and on this side, like bring the earth to you if that's something accessible. Ground down into your foot. Get active and tight and engaged in your top leg. And then maybe you bend it. Maybe you play with lifting your hands. Yes, that's it. You've got it. Take 1 more breath. Open yourself up. Fullest expression right here. Ragdoll. Release your upper body. Sway, reset. Release your behind toe heel, your feet together. Rise up, Tadasana. Draw your hands to the center of your chest. Tree pose. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg, any point that's not your knee. Steady your gaze, come back into the rhythm of your breath, and we will be here for 6 breaths. Level your hips. Notice if your right knee is lifting up, level your hips, neutral pelvis. And zip the front of your pelvis up and pull your tailbone down as you squeeze into the center. And if you want to open up, go. Take what you need right here. 2 more breaths. mountain pose. Tree on your left. Set yourself up on this side, same 6 breaths. Soften your joints, even the ones in your face. Yeah, release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Open your jaw up so you're not grinding your teeth together. And take yourself where you need to be. Surrender to the energy that is flowing through you. Mountain pose. Make your way to the very edge of your mat, toes touching the very top. Tadasana, fill up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Take triangle pose. Right fingertips to the outside of your front foot. And just notice if you feel as long on your right side as you do on your left. So for me in my triangle, I usually take a wider stance so I can feel long on my right side instead of crunched over in a shorter stance. Notice if that's something you might need to take on too. Or notice if your stance is too wide and you need to create some stability, draw it in. Every inhale, get long, draw the crown of your head forward. And as you exhale, twist open from your mid-back. Big breath and fill up. Exhale, rinse open. One more, big breath in. Twist out, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring all 10 toes to the left side of your space. Reach your fingertips up to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, fold. Side facing wide leg forward, bend. Bring your hands in line with your feet. And then really work stacking your hips over your ankles. Feel all of your foot against the ground. If you are working an inversion like tripod headstand and that's available for you now, go ahead. Wherever you are, soften your joints. Lift the front of your pelvis up. If you're not upside down, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Fold. If you're upside down, meet us back in the bend. Everyone draw your hands to your hips. Using your core and the strength of your legs, rise all the way up to standing. Bring your front foot to 12 o'clock. Step your back foot in halfway where your left big toe faces the top left corner of your mat. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. Front facing forward fold. Bow over your front leg. Set your gaze to your back big toe. Press your inner ankles back, your outer ankles down, as if you were trying to lift only the inner arches of your feet up. If you need to create more ease, I invite you to take a bend in your front knee or lift your back heel off the earth. halfway rise, fold forward, halfway lift, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one, open warrior two, straighten your front leg, triangle pose. Take your time, really set up your triangle, and it might be different on this side. Feel as long in your left as you do on the right, and really open up from your mid spine. Press both feet into the floor. Tap into the muscles in your legs, and as you inhale, get really long. And exhale, twist open. Fill your lungs. Exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, twist. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Bring all 10 toes to the right side of your space. Take yourself into a bind. You can grab your elbows or your hands. If you have a towel or a strap, you can grab that as well. Open up your chest, really puff out towards the sky, and then fold forward over your legs with your bind. Yeah, let gravity do some of the rinsing out here. I work at a desk all day, and this is sometimes my favorite thing to do just when I'm taking a 5-minute break for myself. Just allow your shoulders, any tension in the neck to just dissipate. Soften your joints. Halfway rise. Bow forward. Halfway rise. Fold. Keeping your bind gently, mindfully rise all the way up to standing. Front foot to 12 o'clock, back foot in, halfway facing the top right corner. Take a front facing forward fold with your bind. And maybe that means you change what your bind. Square your hips towards your mat. Drop the crown of your head. Notice if you need to bring ease on this side. Halfway lift. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, gently release your bind. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth side out. Come into high plank. Stay and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take low plank. Hover and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Low plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank 3, 2, 1. Low plank 3, 2, 1. High plank 1, 2. Low plank 1, 2. High plank, low plank, high plank, low plank. One more. High plank, lower to the earth. Rest onto your favorite cheek. Yeah, and right here, just surrender to the rest. The fact that you have nothing else that you have to do right now but just lie on your mat. Switch cheeks if you haven't already. Just allow yourself to be right here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let the air out. Bring your forehead to the center of your mat. Bring your arms down by your side, palms facing into the earth. Now lift just your chest off the mat. Just your chest, really beginning to feel those lower back muscles. Draw your shoulders down and back, create resistance. Lower your chest. Now lift just your arms. Yeah, both arms off the earth, tight and engaged, squeezing in as they draw into the center of your body. And lower your arms. Now lift just your legs, squeeze your butt, draw your legs in towards one another. Get active in your feet, whether they're pointed or flexed, squeeze and hug in. Lower your legs. Locust pose, lift as much as you want off of the earth. Yeah, maybe that's everything, maybe that's one thing, but I invite you to lift yourself up, draw and find your fullest expression out. Lower down. Take your knees side to side, release your lower back. And go again, locust pose, lift up. Yes, from your skin to your muscles to your bones, hug in. And if you think you can't squeeze any tighter, squeeze in tighter, lift up because you're lighter. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. And one more for the road. You've got this, locust pose, lift up. Expand from the inside out, draw in. You've got this, stay in your breath, tuck your chin so you are breathing. One more, lower down. Take your knees side to side. Bow. Grab your ankles, pull your shins back and down towards your space. Yeah, really draw your thoracic spine and pull your upper arm bones back. Puff your chest forward. Steady your gaze about 6 inches in front of you. Squeeze in. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. One more, bow. Grab your ankles, lift up. Stay in your breath. Use the power of your legs to pull you down and back. Draw your thoracic spine and pull your upper arm bones back. One more breath. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. Flip over onto your back, set up for bridge. Bring your heels in just enough to where you can graze the backs of them with your fingertips. Set your gaze to one point at the sky or your ceiling, whatever the highest pinnacle of your space is. And then lift your hips up towards that space. Yeah, you can draw your shoulders underneath you, create a shelf. Really squeeze your butt and press your hips up. If you think they can't go further, I promise you they can. Lift up. Ground down, lift up. One more breath. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. Wheel. Plant your hands by your ears, ground down your feet, and lift your entire body off here. If wheel is not in your practice, take another bridge. We've got 6 of these to do, so whenever you're ready, come in. Chin to chest, lower down. Take your knees side to side, reset. And yeah, just like that, you heard it here first, guys. You're doing 6. So number 2, lift up, go now. Yeah, wherever you are, ground down into your feet and pull your chest forward. Come down. Take your knees side to side. Number 3, lift up, go now. Stay in your breath. If you're not breathing, reset. Chest, come down. Take your knees side to side. Number 4, lift up. You've got this. Find that fullest expression. Go there now. Breathe there now. Chin to chest, come down. Take your knees side to side. Number 5, we'll go now. Yeah, lift up, really expand from the inside out. Tap into discovery and play right here. From your skin to your muscles to your bones, hug in. Come down. Take your knees side to side. Last wheel, number 6, lift up. Wheel or bridge, go there now. Yeah, you've got this. You are strong enough to stay right where you are for 5 breaths. Ground down into your hands and feet. Hug everything into the center line of your body and really open up. Shoulders down and back. One more breath. Come down. Great work. Take your knees side to side. Then take butterfly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. And you can allow your hands to rest wherever they may. I bring one hand to my heart, one hand to my belly. And just take a couple of breaths to really tap into what's showing up and what you are feeling, what you are experiencing on your mat internally. And any of that is not of service to you or for you, let it go. And if it's something that serves you and resonates with you, let it sink deep into all of you. Happy baby. Grab the outsides of your feet, pull your knees down towards your shoulders. You can rock side to side, take a couple of circles, open up your legs, whatever you need. Hug your knees into your chest. Extend your legs straight up towards the sky. And then bend both knees so that they are parallel over your mat. Flex your toes towards your face. And then bring your hands by your temples or the back of your head. And lift yourself up into a crunch. Extend your right leg at heel height of your left. And then twist, bringing your right elbow to your left knee. And then you switch, abdominal twist. And moving like you were moving through quicksand or peanut butter, take 50, 49, 48. Yeah, really press your belly button towards your spine. And move deliberately, intentionally. Feel all of your abdominal muscles working right here. And if you need to rest, but come right back. I think you're about halfway done, so let's just say 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Keep going. If you've made it this far, you can make it the rest of the way. Keep moving. Yeah, you've got this. Use your breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to your chest, rock and roll, come into boat. Yeah, right away before you can even think about what's happening, just go there. And take your boat. You can have your heels on the earth. You can draw your legs in bent or straight, gripping behind your thigh, or a fuller expression. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Draw your chest towards your legs. And take low boat. Lower your entire body to hover above the earth. Squeeze your core muscles. High boat. Low boat. High boat. Low boat. High boat. Low boat. Set your gaze at your toes. Pull your chest up off the earth. Take a little hollow bodied and stay. Breathe. 15 seconds. Yeah, you got this. Press your lower back into the earth beneath you. Squeeze your legs in towards one another. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take a total body stretch. Reach your arms over your head, your legs out in front of you. Hug your knees into your chest, rock and roll about 3 to 5 times, and make your way into downward facing dog. However you get there, it's perfect. If you choose to vinyasa through or step through, crawl through. Find your point at the back of your mat. Take a big breath in. Let the air go. Bring your feet together. Take your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Take a moment. Really set yourself up. Puff your chest out. And then lead with your chest fold forward over your leg. If you need extra support in that right hip, if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, you can use that to support you. Just fold forward and allow yourself to open right here. I took a guided meditation this morning, and one of what she said, it just resonated in my body. And she said, if you can trust yourself to breathe, you can trust yourself to surrender. And the more that I went on about my day, and the more that I saw that, like, I just know instinctively my body is going to take care of me. But yet for everything else, I have to control and try to find this type A way of being. And like, I invite you to just surrender. Because you can surrender. You can allow yourself to feel what you feel and be present 1,000%. And tap in to how that awareness shows up for you in your body. And sometimes it starts with just your breath. Like, so surrender to that right now. Allow your breath to melt your body and release. Take 3 more breaths right here. And I encourage you, I invite you, if you haven't, really take yourself to that edge. One more big breath in. Let the air go. Walk your hands to your hips. And then let's take double pigeon. So just swing your left leg around, stack your left shin over your right. And you want to bring your left ankle past your right knee. And this may be enough. You may really feel a stretch holding just like this. And maybe you need more and you can begin to fold over your legs. Activate the feet, but get soft in your joints. And take just 5 breaths right here. 5 breaths to surrender. One more breath. Exhale, come onto your seat, extend your legs, shake them out. Make your way into downward facing dog. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Take your left leg up to the sky and set up for half pigeon. Fill your lungs, puff your chest, and then fold forward. And just notice if it's something else that you can give up here. Or maybe it's the same thing that you just need to tap back into and really begin to let go. Wherever you are, whatever's showing up, like surrender to your breath and surrender to the release. I find that in my own practice, when I do that for me, it allows me to be more open, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I invite you to just explore what that looks like and how it shows up for you. Take 3 more breaths. Mindfully walk your hands to your hips and set up for double pigeon on your opposite side. So swing your right leg around, stack your shins. Find a working edge and then lean into that space for 5 breaths. Ground down your sits bones into the earth. One more breath. Walk your hands to your hips, extend your legs out, shake them out, release. Then flex your feet towards your face. Take a seated forward fold. Spark your fingertips up towards the sky. Reach forward over your legs. Allow your hands to just fall wherever they may. Wherever they fall is perfect. Really feel the release in your lumbar spine. Draw your shoulder blades and move them into your body. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Come up to seated. Make your way onto your spine and set up for an inversion of your choice. Waterfall is great. Just lift your legs straight up towards the sky. If you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, you can use that as support underneath you. Or maybe you take your legs up against the wall. Shoulder stand, traditional headstand, handstand, all available to you, but take something that's going to be rejuvenative for your body. If you're in shoulder stand, you can make your way into plow, reaching your feet behind you. Support your lower back and let your feet touch the earth. If they touch the earth, you can play with removing them. If you're in waterfall, maybe you reach your fingertips up towards your feet. From plow, Karnapadasana, deaf man's pose, bring your knees to the outer edges of your ears. Wherever you are, you're breathing. From Karnapadasana back into plow. If you're upside down, make your way into child's pose. From plow up into shoulder stand. And then everybody come onto your back. Supta Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Maybe just notice what's different this time when you check in. Hug your knees into your chest. Drop both knees over to the right side. Supine twist variation. You can bring your arms out to a T position and just drop both legs to the right. Set your gaze over your left hand. Just allow gravity to rinse you out one final time. Now soften your joints. Make your way back to center. And drop to the opposite side. Drop to your left side. Set your gaze over your right. Make your way back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze, a big hug, a big thank you for being you. And then move your way into Shavasana, final rest. Take up space on your mat. Breathe. Not all of the sections of the road we travel are smooth, paved, or easy to ride. We may prefer the smooth sections of highway, but sometimes the road gets rough. And the rough section can go on for miles and miles. That's okay. It doesn't mean you've lost your way. It doesn't mean the rough section and bumpy spots will last forever. You are still on your path. Relax. Wiggle your shoulders a bit. And get ready, for you just may be in for the ride of your life. Don't try to ignore the bumps or pretend like they're not there. Not all roads are paved and smooth. Not all roads are meant to be. Accept each part of the journey as it comes. Let each stretch of your path be what it needs to be. Take a big breath in. Let the air out. Gently begin to bring your awareness back into your space. Gently bring movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, your neck, your wrist. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your right side into a fetal position. With your eyes closed, come to seated at the top of your mat. Draw your hands to heart center. Press into your palms. Draw your shoulders down and back. We will seal our practice the same way that we began. 3 ohms. Om. 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 Bring your thumb knuckles to forehead center. The light in me loves and honors the light in all of you. Together we bow. Namaste. Great work, you guys. I have a couple of announcements. So this Saturday, Eddie Suero will be leading a master class via Zoom entitled Perspectives and Power. And if you haven't experienced Eddie as a teacher, he is a phenomenal teacher. And this isn't just going to be awesome, it's going to be about kind of getting into some mental and awareness of like how we're feeling, how we're showing up, and all that's going on. So I invite you to that. It is a donation-based class. So you would sign up the same way that you do for our normal scheduled classes, but there would be a link to take you to a payment. And it's between $5 and $25, whatever is available, accessible for you. And then also Leah and Amber will be starting Barefoot Boot Camp. So they will be doing boot camp every day for an hour, same style, Zoom conference call, and just, allow yourself to experience something other than yoga and a different type of training and strength building and flexibility work. And, everything we do in this practice is good for you, and to put it with something else that's also good for you is really, really exciting. So that will be April 19th through the 28th, 4 to 5 p.m. every day. And it's just 49 bucks. So, you know, grab a friend to grab a friend to grab a friend. And like, we can all do 4 p.m. workouts together. I think that's, you know, something to look forward to every day, getting out of the house, you know. And we're just going to continue to do this and offer this to you. And you are our community. So if there's any feedback, anything that you need from us or would like to see from us, please reach out and let us know. We're accessible via, what are those called? Social media, Facebook, Instagram. And then also if you go onto our website, you can contact us. And if you need anything, just please let us know. We're here for you. And I hope that you guys all stay happy, healthy, and blessed. I hope to see you guys really soon. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. All of that. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you. So good to see all of you. Bye.